Brothers and sisters, I bring you greetings in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. I thank God for life. While many of our friends and our loved ones have been hospitalized and some laid to rest, we must pause and say thank you to God for those who have recovered from the virus. Friends, we just cannot take our lives for granted. I am thankful to be a part of this church family. Many of you have called, sent text messages, and emails to me during this COVID-19 pandemic. One of the things I love about this church here within the South England Conference is that you feel free to share your views and concerns with me in a respectful manner. That's a sign of Christian maturity, and I've appreciated this. Even when we have disagreed, there is mutual respect, and I thank you for your respect. It was on the 13th of March that I first addressed you about the need for us to refrain from shaking hands, from hugging and kissing in our churches. Shortly after that, we asked the senior members to stay at home and avoid coming to large church gatherings. When we learned how lethal this virus was, we closed our churches to stop the spread of infection. We believe God has led and continues to lead our church. Last week, I shared with you certain decisions taken by placing a number of our teachers, teaching assistants, from our 3 schools, the support staff in the conference office, the directors, and some of our ministers on furlough. I made it clear that these decisions were not taken lightly. In fact, all our business and organizational decisions from the inception of the COVID-19 pandemic have been based on 2 premises. Number 1, the safety and the spiritual needs of our members. And number 2, the financial viability of our organization, the South England Conference. We have been transparent from the very outset. We have invited and met every area coordinators and their elders in their particular areas to discuss the strategy as we go forward. You have been candid in asking your questions and sharing your thoughts, and we have answered those questions. The strategic plan has been made very clear. The sticking points raised by some are these. Number 1, by placing some of our employees, namely the teaching assistants, secretaries, directors, and some pastors on furlough, are we forming an alliance with the, in quotes, the state? Number 2, can we not ask the General Conference to pay the salaries of all our employees during the period of the COVID-19 pandemic? Number 3, the North American Division gave counsel on receiving funds from the state. Is this not applicable to the British Union? More specifically, to the South England Conference? Now, friends, I know you love your church, and you are asking these questions with the best intentions. We have collated a number of these relevant questions and given direct answers to each one of them. Questions such as, are there implications for receiving money from the government? What is the counsel from Ellen White on receiving assistance from the government? Why were some ministers placed on furlough at a time when they are needed most? These and other questions have been carefully dealt with, and we invite you to please go to our website and read through our responses. Share them with members. There should be no doubts in the minds of our members, neither do we want to be misquoted. So please read through our responses. You can also go to the BUC website and read the responses from there. The decisions we have taken is to ensure that the South England Conference remains solvent during and after the pandemic. Those who have been placed on furlough are not sitting idly at home doing nothing. Let me share with you some activities that some of our furloughed pastors are doing. Some pastors are raising a hardship fund from their own pockets to help members who are struggling during this crisis. Some pastors are engaged as volunteer chaplains in hospitals. Other furloughed pastors have joined members in distributing groceries to those who are vulnerable. Others have volunteered their time with ADRA, giving support to the needy. And still others are on training courses so that they can offer more to their congregations when the pandemic is over. The mission of the church, making disciples, building communities, still goes on. Friends, we are in this unprecedented crisis together. Let's pray that this pandemic will come to an end soon. We've lost too many people to this virus. May the Lord have mercy on each one of us and grant us His favor.